I see the red light. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. It's great to see you. We're excited to host our final Fireside Chat of the semester. Fireside Chats are sponsored by Campus Ministry, the Center for Purpose and Vocation, and Student Affairs. And my name is David Crowley. I am a biology professor, and I have the privilege of serving as the Dalzon Chair at Assumption. And this series, this Fireside Chat series, is focused on vocational discernment this semester. We had a great conversation back in October with some graduate students at Assumption. Last month, we had a great conversation with some folks who had done some postgraduate work and what that meant to them then and now. And today we have a great panel of the Religious Sisters of the Assumption and three of our Assumptionists to today talk about what it means to be an Assumptionist. And tonight's a special night. We mark the 145th passing of Father Emmanuel Dalzon, who is the founder of the Augustinians of the Assumption. And that date is tomorrow. And so that's why we're having a great panel tonight on religious vocation and specifically the Assumptionist charism. So it's a pleasure to have one of the Religious Sisters of the Assumption, Sister Anna Marie Fung, tonight. And three of our Assumptionists, Brother Daniele Caglioni, Brother Aloysius Musoke, and Father Chi-Ai Nguyen. So we are very, very excited to have them. But before we hear from our panelists, we would like you to spend a little bit of time thinking and sharing with each other. So you'll see there's some little note cards and pens on the tables around you. If you could take a minute and consider and share with a neighbor what or who you think of when you think of an Assumptionist vocation. What or who do you think of when you think of an Assumptionist vocation? So just a couple minutes, you can talk to each other, write some things down. All right, guys. What do you think? Introduce yourself, give me an answer. What do you think? No. They don't know it's their first year here. Okay, so we'll go to some more experienced vets.
Come to dinner at Emmanuel House.
Oh, what I think of when I hear is teaching as their charism.
Teaching as their charism, very nice. Anybody else?
Correct.
Correct, very good. How about one more? How about back there? Any ideas?
When we think about an Assumptionist, we think about Deacon Elmer, Sister Bea, Sister Evelyn, Sister Nuala, Sister Fawn, Sister Therese, all of our lovely sisters.
Okay, so we think of the people. Very good, very good, very good. Sorry to go live on this, Louise. All right, excellent. Well, let's see what our panelists think. But before that, if you could each just take a couple minutes to introduce yourselves and share briefly about where you grew up and what your faith life looked like as a child.
Good evening. My name is Brother Daniele Caglioni. I am a graduate of Assumption in 2013, and that's how I kind of came into discerning religious life. And I grew up in Connecticut, Reading, Connecticut, after moving to the States from Italy at a young age. And my faith life as a young person was pretty standard. I went to CCD went to Mass on Sunday, and just kind of went through the motions until I met a wonderful priest whose style of preaching and commitment to service really showed me that living the faith had to be something more, and I wanted to do that more. So I looked for a place to study at university that could help that, and that's what led me to Assumption. And for me, the rest is history.
My name is Brother Aloysius Musoke. I was born in Uganda, and I grew up from there in a loving and strong family of 9 children. So that gives you what it looks like to grow from that family and how my faith life was from that family. A lot of things make up my faith life as a kid, and most of, actually what I feel proud of is the mandatory night prayers we had at home. This was a very good foundation for us as kids, whereby nobody was allowed to sleep without attending to these prayers. And what was most interesting, it was us the kids to lead these prayers. Because at the age of 10 to 11, a kid was expected to be taking catechism classes. And in our family, those who were taking catechism classes had the responsibility of leading prayers at home. I was lucky, in my tribe we were 2 of us, and so we had to lead these prayers. When we were alternating, I could lead one day, and the following day it could be my brother. This was very important for my faith, because it made me understand that faith is not what you hear, faith is what you live. And actually one of the things that I feel made me understand who God is was these prayers, because they showed me that God is the sovereign. This mostly happened during time for the personal intercessions, because as kids at a very young age, we used to trust our parents. We thought it is the dad who is the strongest man in the world. We thought it is mom who is the strongest woman in the world. But during time for intercessions, we used to hear mom also interceding to God. Mom is also praying, is also pleading to someone else. Then I said, oh, it means there is someone stronger than these people. And from then I came to know that, yes, for everything, there is the greatest being, and this is God. That's how I came to believe, and that's how my faith was founded.
I am Anna Marie Phương. That is my religious name. My Vietnamese name is Nguyễn Thúy Vy Phương. It's a little bit long. But I was born in Vietnam, and it's in the close to the south of Vietnam. And my family was moving around from province to province, and because of the family situation. And also that is also from the beginning, when I was born, when I was small, I lived with my grandparents of my mother's side most of the time when I was small. And that's where I learned and grow in faith with my grandparents. they had really, really strong impact in my life. And we also, because their house is just across the church. So every day, almost every day, my grandparents went to mass, and sometimes I stay at home, but I still can hear the singing or the prayer from the church. So it's really, and also at night or in the morning, early in the morning, we always pray together as a family, especially the night time. Like Eloisa says, if you cannot no pray at night, so you cannot go to bed. That is really family prayer at night for us, and that is I also familiar with him, with Eloisa. Is we also have be part leading the prayer, so that is also make us more like conscious or aware of our prayer, daily prayer. So we memorize all the things that is really from the family, and also that is really, and also of course from like 4 or 5 years old, we already part of the catechism classes for the preschool children. We have that. So that is also help me to really grow up in my faith. And also because of the situation of the family, I moved around the province to province, but we still really don't give up on our prayer, and especially from my mom. And when I moved out and I did not live with my grandparents anymore, I went back to my family and lived with my mom and my dad. But later on, the influence is really from my mom, the prayer, the faith, and very strong spiritual life. And even when I entered religious life, she was still the one, like my spiritual director. Really, everything that I asked, she's the one who really helped me to realize and grow up in that.
My name is Father Chi, but in Vietnamese we go by our first name, so it is Father I. The other day someone told me, "How are you doing, Father AI?" I was born and grew up in Vietnam, and the parish is very important for us. We have Mass every morning. We have the Rosary during the noontime, and the evening it is a prayer. And I told this story before in one of my homilies. My dad has a very good impact on my life, and he is very nice in everything. But there is something that is not negotiable for him. Going to Mass in the morning at 4:30.